When soldiers were captured during World War II, their ordeal didn't end on the battlefield. Life inside a prisoner of war camp meant constant hunger, endless uncertainty, and the daily struggle just to stay alive under brutal conditions. What most people don't realize is that hidden within the walls of those camps, and sometimes smuggled directly into the hands of prisoners, were small survival kits that could make the difference between life and death. These weren't the parachute packs or standard military rations soldiers carried into battle. These were covert, discreet tools designed for one purpose: to sustain morale, provide the barest essentials, and in some cases, offer the means to escape. Today, when we look back at them, these kits reveal lessons, not just for historians, but for anyone interested in survival. Conditions inside German and Japanese prisoner camps were harsh beyond imagination. Rations were minimal. Medical care was almost non-existent. And beyond the physical deprivation, prisoners faced relentless psychological strain. For the Allied forces, getting aid to these men without alerting guards required ingenuity. That's why these survival kits were hidden in everyday items, slipped inside Red Cross packages, or disguised in games and ordinary goods. They weren't meant to make life comfortable. They were meant to keep men alive long enough to endure another day, and sometimes to escape. Some of the most ingenious kits were disguised inside board games like Monopoly. Outwardly, they seemed like harmless entertainment, morale boosters for trapped soldiers. But when opened carefully, they revealed maps printed on silk that would neither tear nor rustle, tiny compasses cleverly disguised as buttons, and small notes of local currency. These weren't just clever novelties. They were lifelines for those plotting escape. Other kits focused on immediate survival needs. Hikalari chocolate, dried milk, or vitamin tablets helped fight malnutrition. Fishing lines and hooks gave prisoners the means to supplement meager rations. Needles, thread, and razor blades allowed men to mend clothing or craft simple tools, stretching endurance far longer than most would imagine. Even items as small as soap or iodine tablets could protect against disease, which claimed far more lives in camps than bullets ever did. There are well-documented accounts from places like Stalag Luft III, the camp made famous by the Great Escape. Tiny compasses and silk maps from concealed kits helped men dig tunnels, an attempt to reach freedom. Not all succeeded, but those kits gave them a fighting chance when the odds were nearly impossible. Food-based kits played a quieter, yet equally critical role. A single tin of condensed milk, carefully rationed among prisoners, could stretch survival by days. In Japanese camps, where rations were notoriously sparse, smuggled vitamin tablets prevented deficiency diseases like beriberi and scurvy. Even a simple sewing kit could keep clothing repaired, offering warmth through freezing winters when blankets were scarce. Every item in these kits was chosen for maximum utility. A sewing needle wasn't just for fabric, it could be reshaped into a lockpick. A razor blade wasn't just for shaving, it could cut rope or carve wood. These kits were multifunctional, discreet, and utterly essential. They embodied wartime ingenuity and human resourcefulness at its purest. For modern survivalists and historians, the lessons are clear. First, compact multi-use tools are invaluable. Just as a razor blade or compass could save a life in a POW camp, today's kits should emphasize versatility. Second, morale is survival. A bar of chocolate in a prison camp wasn't just calories, it was hope. In any extreme situation, small comforts can make the difference between giving up and persevering. Finally, preparation and concealment matter. Items were hidden because discovery meant punishment, even death. Today, the principle still applies. Storing essentials discreetly, planning ahead, and keeping backups can be the key to survival. Prisoner survival kits rarely feature in the grand narratives of World War II, overshadowed by tanks, planes, and major battles. Yet for the men who endured life behind barbed wire, these tiny packages meant everything. They offered a chance at escape, a way to endure another day, and a reminder that they had not been forgotten. For us today, they stand as a testament to human resilience, ingenuity, and the power of resourcefulness under impossible conditions. Survival often doesn't depend on firepower or numbers. It comes down to the smallest, most practical tools and the will to use them wisely. If you found this deep dive into the forgotten survival kits of World War II valuable, subscribe to In the Beginning for more untold stories of history's hidden tools and tactics. Share this with fellow history enthusiasts and survivalists, so that the legacy of those who endured against the odds is never lost.